Bitcoin has seen a big flush and almost dropped about 10%, guys. Quite a significant dump in the Bitcoin price. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the Bitcoin price action, what we can expect in the future. Also, how this dump correlates to different charts that have a significant influence on Bitcoin. We are also going to have a look at something that the SEC warns us about, which might be a very positive sign. And I want to have a chat about a couple of different outcomes for Bitcoin. So guys, let's jump straight into it. And like mentioned in previous videos, it would really make sense for Bitcoin to get a rejection or at least some resistance from these levels. And I've been pointing that already for a couple of days in my videos. We also have shared that extensively over on Will Alerts. But Bitcoin was just touching the 61.80%, a very important level. While touching that level, we have a lot of horizontal former support and former resistance. And if we look at this rising channel, then we can also see that we actually touched the top of the rising channel. And not only all of these signs in the Bitcoin chart were screaming that we are or that we could get a correction. We have seen very high funding rates over on Will Portal. We have seen a high premium index. The open interest was also pretty high. So a lot of charts were screaming for a flush. And if we haven't got all of these charts, we had this chart as well, which is the stablecoin dominance, which is also going to be one of the most important charts right now. Had seen a bounce from this support level, from the former resistance level. And this is kind of crazy, guys, because we have seen this chart, like this chart has been helping us tremendously in determining what the price direction for Bitcoin is. This was also the main reason I actually thought Bitcoin is going to correct, and we've shared that also over on Will Alerts. Right here you can see that the stablecoin dominance goes up, and then it's important what is going to do that, but it would be nice if it would get rejected. But first, at least go up, because we had so many divergences in the short and longer term time frame. But I do have to say, guys, that this can actually have two outcomes for Bitcoin, right? Like either we just have this small flush going on, which we are seeing right now, which can which doesn't need to take that long, similar as previous bull markets, where Bitcoin, for example, right here, where we just in a week or in a couple of days are back at the highs again and maybe even surpass it. However, we really want to see that being confirmed in this chart. So this is a falling wedge formation on the stablecoin dominance, right? We broke down the falling wedge formation. Right now we came up, we tested the former support of this falling wedge formation. This right now should act as resistance. So I want this to come down right here, because if this thing breaks back into this wedge, then that could be actually very, very ugly. It could be very ugly for Bitcoin, and it's kind of crazy because we did not even see the ETF approval. And yeah, some things I wanted to show you guys is that we are seeing a warning by the SEC, and we can see that over on this Twitter, Bitcoin Archive. The SEC just posted this investor alert on crypto asset securities. They did the same thing leading up to the Bitcoin futures approval. Spot Bitcoin ETF inevitable now. And this is actually kind of crazy, guys, because we have seen this also on December 12th, 2017, right before the SEC approved the Bitcoin futures ETF. Not the spot ETF, but futures ETF. What makes it even more crazy is that launch of the futures ETF actually marked the top in the 2017 bull market. So guys, these are just some thoughts that are spooking through my mind, and let me know in the comment section what you basically think about this. I'm very curious. Now there are a couple of things possible, right? Let's just have a rational look at the whole situation, right? That Bitcoin like exactly topped at this level, and that we are going to see, like Il Capo of Crypto says, back to 12k. Is that likely? Well, if you ask me personally, no, I don't think that's likely. Was it overdue for a correction in Bitcoin? Yes, it was definitely, Bitcoin was definitely due for a correction, because we had like 8 green candles in a week 8 weekly green candles in a row. The last time we had that was right here, also followed by a correction. So I would say it would make more sense with the strength in Bitcoin right here to see something similar right here, where we just get a correction, and maybe we haven't finished that correction yet. Maybe we just get a little bit more of a pullback right here. Maybe we test this level, 37,000. Maybe we come back to 38 or 40,000. You know, like maybe test this trend line, something like that. Exactly like that we basically did in 2022. I can show you on the daily time frame, as on the weekly time frame we cannot really see how that looks. So we also had, for example, we had here somewhat of a rising wedge formation, which broke out to the upside, and then we had a nice rally, but then we came back to test the former resistance of that rising wedge. So yeah, guys, something like this is possible. We are seeing a tweet from Cole Garner right here saying that we even could go as low as these levels. I would say this would be definitely the worst case scenario for the bulls, but also the level we need to hold to invalidate the bearish price action. So if we lose 30k and we go back into this range, that would be extremely bearish for Bitcoin, and I personally don't expect that to happen. I still would expect Bitcoin to see higher levels as we have such a strong momentum to the upside, but with strong momentum and strong rallies we will get massive corrections. So right now we had a correction of from the top till the bottom roughly of 10%. That should already be sufficient for a bull market correction, but let's say we get a little bit further correction. Let's say we get a 15%. That would mean we could test the previous resistance right here. Let's say and that would be at the levels of 38k. Let's say we would get a 20% correction. That would be around 35k, and yeah, let's say we go back to the bottom of this channel right here. There would be at 30k, a 30% correction. For me personally, for the bullish scenario, that would be the very worst case. However, this is just a little bit in terms of timing. We have that Bitcoin ETF approval coming on maybe pretty soon. I think the next window is between now and 30 days that the thing can be approved, right? In terms of time, we're actually still in a bullish phase. We actually also said that the 60-day cycle low is around the 10, 11 or 12 of December, sorry. Well, today is the 11th of December, so this is exactly following, and I can show you guys where you can see that. You go right here to the Bitcoin cycles page on willporter.com. You will see exactly that the 60-day cycle right now is at day 56. So we are at the end of that cycle, and this is exactly where we should expect a new cycle low. So guys, does that mean that this is the low right now in Bitcoin, the 60-day cycle low? Well, actually we don't know. We have the 10-day moving average that we need a clean break above again. So right now probably we'll get a daily close below this level today. But it is possible that in the coming days ahead, maybe we go a little bit lower. We're going to form that 60-day cycle low, and then we can continue this uptrend. That would be beautiful, guys. But like I said, I think this chart is going to be the most important chart. This is the falling wedge of the stablecoin dominance. Break back into this wedge can be very bearish, because as you guys know, a pattern in cryptocurrencies that very often occurs is falling wedge formations that break out to the downside, which results in a fake out and then pumps back into the wedge. And normally when we pump back into the wedge, we pump straight to the resistance. So that's kind of crazy, but we haven't seen that yet. We do got this big bullish divergence right here, a higher low on the relative strength index, lower low in the price. So that's something to take in mind. But yeah, we still could get rejected from this level and still could see lower levels. I do like the derivatives exchange data on Bitcoin, like we can see on willporter.com. We do get the funding rates really down. So the sentiment really did had a check, right? The sentiment really did had a check. And there's a lot of things boiling up in the background, like the SEC warning for investing in cryptocurrencies, like the same thing it did like for the Bitcoin futures ETF back in 2017. And guys, let me know in the comment section down below, do you think that the approval of the Bitcoin spot ETF will be bullish or bearish for Bitcoin? And maybe if you have time, explain me if you think it will be a sell the news event, but eventually it will be bullish, or that it just will be straight from the launch bullish, or that it's straight from the launch will be bearish. Guys, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm very curious about what you think. Then for all the traders that are interested to join Will Alerts, the private Telegram channel, where we basically give extra information on the cryptocurrency markets, where we also shared a lot of charts from this saying that Bitcoin is going to react almost exactly at the level where Bitcoin was trading, roughly at $44,000. You can join this free trading service by joining one of these exchanges down below in the description, either Bybit, BitGet, or BingX. And yeah, on Bybit you can get a deposit bonus up to $30,000. On BitGet it's $5,000, and on BingX you actually can get a deposit bonus up to $9,800. But the first 100 new signups, and I think right now we have 90 or 80 left, something like that, will get a free $100 Tether to trade with. You don't need any KYC over on BingX. That's the only exchange where you don't need any KYC at this specific moment. And yeah, guys, if you are interested in that, you can check all the affiliate links down below in the description. Then guys, I want to wish every single one of you a beautiful day today. If you want to learn more about trading crypto or how to create a passive income over on Bybit using trading bots or grid bots, futures martingale, or copy trading, certain strategies on copy trading, I've made a lot of tutorials on all of these topics. These are all for free. I would highly recommend every single one of you to watch these videos one by one, as it will give you a lot of knowledge on how you can use these platforms in your advantage to create a certain passive income with a low risk. So if you are not watching these videos, you're missing out on a lot of tips and tricks, because we actually explain based on, for example, grid trading, how you can minimize your risk on grid trading, how you can minimize your risk on copy trading, and so on. And we have been doing all of these futures pretty successful in these videos. So make sure, guys, to have a look at them if you are interested in that. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Wish you all a very beautiful day. Hope to see all of you in the next one. Bye bye.